Hello and welcome to the fourth episode, I think, of the Vintage Spoon Wrestling Show, which has a name now and multiple episodes and is kind of a thing. I am joined by the Edge and Christian to my Gangrel.
I'm so disappointed. Because each time we've previously done this, my titles got better and better.
I know, right?
And I was hoping it was going to be like either Wrestling Veteran or Hall of Famer by now. But now I'm back into the brood.
Well, I'd let you decide if you're Edge or Christian. You can be either of those. And for the first time, joined by future Hall of Famer Ross. How you doing?
Hey. You could just call me James Ellsworth, I guess. I'm the James Ellsworth of the group.
Women's Money in the Bank winner, first one ever.
Yeah, this is true. Also had to dress up like a dog, so, you know.
Wow.
That's also... Yeah.
Then I'll be the Carmella of the group.
No, don't ruin that for me.
So we're going to talk about Clash of Champions. We're going to make some predictions, and I think we're going to have a quiz.
Maybe.
Nice.
Because Ben loves writing quizzes. And I like the conspiratorial element of the quizzes, because like you test them on other wrestlers sometimes, don't you? Like,
well, that was only because I was in it. That's because I was in the show like the day that we recorded last time.
So it's actually last time. So whether it will be as exciting as last time's Shield or Cesaro.
No, it's not as good as that, unfortunately.
So Cesaro's had some weird names.
Very Mysterious Ice Cream was one of them, wasn't it?
Very Mysterious Ice Cream, yeah. I don't know where to begin on that.
Shout out to Paul and Paul's cat. Obligatory shout out to them.
I don't think they listen, but one day they will, and they'll be really pleased that we've said
and the cat will learn English as well, and the cat will talk to us.
So, like, that was the other bit of news, is Sheamus might have to retire soon.
Well, we are not a news show.
All right, okay.
What's the story? Because I don't think I heard it.
Yeah, Sheamus's neck is really badly injured at the moment, and they're he's got an Austin injury, hasn't he? Yeah, that's kind of why they're doing the thing with Joe at the moment, and they're putting him in 6-man. And part of it is to basically not have to have Sheamus in the ring too much. But it's the same injury that finished Austin's career. And he's in his late 30s. I didn't realize he's not young, so it could be he's winding down, which would be a shame. I like Sheamus.
Well, I like the tag team. I don't like Sheamus.
I think it really, them two really worked well together. I think at first I wasn't sold on it because it took so long. They had like that best out of. What was it? Best out of 9 match or something? Best out of 10?
Yeah.
7, I think.
Yeah, best out of 7. I mean, you saw them wrestle every week. You're like, okay. But like now, I think they've come into their own. I think they've been quite good.
They're one of the best things on Raw. Certainly in the tag team.
It was a really bold booking choice, wasn't it? Doing a best of 7 series in this day and age.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, not many of. I don't know how many of them were like on. There was only one on a pay-per-view, wasn't there? And the rest were all just sort of TV matches. But they've done amazing stuff since being a team. I'll be really sad if we lose them as a tag, because I think they're just fantastic.
One of the best modern day tag teams.
Yeah, definitely. They've done genuinely really innovative stuff.
And that entrance as well.
It's so good. It's just one of my favourite entrances. I just really love it.
And you can tell they're having so much fun as well, as a team.
They just, They really love it. Probably the only good entrance, which is just a combination of two wrestlers' entrance themes. Like, I hate tag team entrances, which are just like, let's play one guy sort of comes out, and then the other guy sort of comes out, and they can't be bothered to come up with something new. But,
to be fair, Cesaro's entrance theme is just a sound effect to begin with.
That is true.
Yeah.
Speaking of music as well, that was the other thing. Jim Johnson has been released by WWE. I promise we'll do predictions soon, but this was a big one. Jim Johnson, who wrote all of the
CDs you own.
One of them came, like Volume 2 came on shuffle the other day while we were just having dinner, and we had like Rikishi's heel theme and things. It's great. It's a bad man. But yeah, he was like crazy contribution to wrestling. The amount of stuff that he wrote, like Austin's theme, Rock's theme, all of I don't think many of the contemporary ones were his. I think they've got different people who do the ones now.
Yeah, I think they've got they've got their own little studio thing to do it now. Like a little tight knit group that do all of them now.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching there was a Glorious, the Bobby Roode's music. It was showing me the making of that, and it's these group of guys, I think, and they did the backing to the Glorious bit as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I can't remember their names.
Just a quick one then before we start. Best Jim Johnson entrance theme?
Oh, don't make me Google them.
Or just anything from kind of pre-modern era. You're actually looking it up.
Yep.
I think it's got to be The Rock for me. Did you do Kurt Angle's one?
Kurt Angle probably would have been his. Yeah, that's
probably.
Yeah,
that's quite a good one. I like Dusty Rhodes as well.
What, the American Dream?
Yeah.
Hang on, I've got it. I've got the winner. It's got to be DX, right?
DX is pretty good. DX is good. I think I would go with Triple H's original solo entrance theme when he became the My Time one before he got the Motorhead one.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Was that when he was wrestling in tights?
Yeah, it was right after he transitioned from being Hunter Hearst Helmsley to Triple H. You know, and he was a sort of heel, but was also against Vince, and he had China with him, and it was just a great entrance theme. And it has like a really meta reference to Kevin Dunn, the producer of WWE programming, or the director, isn't it? In it, which is a fun Easter egg. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about Clash of Champions. Are you excited? Are you excited about Clash of Champions?
It's a SmackDown pay-per-view, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. This is the weird thing, is it kind of... SmackDown pay-per-views seem to have no hype at all.
Yeah.
You know, they're not... I never really look forward to a SmackDown pay-per-view in the way that I do to Raw ones, because they don't feel as big as Raw stuff do, because they don't have people like Strowman and they haven't built their stars as well. And
you have no idea where they're going with them as well.
Yeah, and Shane is the main event, but also the actual quality that Hell in a Cell was really good. Although I only remember mostly the main event, the two Hell in a Cell matches. But they do turn out some good stuff, and I am excited about I do like the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Shane stuff. And Daniel Bryan stuff. I think that's quite interesting. So it's it's not the worst. It's not the most exciting.
I just I don't know. I just feel like, especially now, this one coming out, you don't have long in between like the house shows to build on a really good story now, because now there's so many pay-per-views. There's one every 2 weeks. There's a SmackDown one, then a Raw one, and I don't feel that they've got enough time to like build a really good story. It's kind of like a lot of the time just kind of rushed.
Yeah.
Or they just carry it over and over from main pay-per-views, like to the individual ones. Do you know what I mean?
Well, they're doing less next year. There aren't going to be as many pay-per-views next year, which I think is partly to try and deal with this issue.
Yeah, I think that would be better.
And they might be going with the brand split as well, maybe.
You really want them to end the brand split, don't you?
Makes it easier for me to follow.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the brand split, but it's.
I don't mind it. I think it gives them more room for exploring different stories. But yeah, I don't know. Like I on one hand I am, and then on one hand I'm not. I'm like, because sometimes you get one brand that has a lot more wrestlers and a lot more focus on. They seem to focus on one and go, yeah, okay, well then we'll sort of just use that as, and they keep doing that thing even in the storylines. They call it like the B show. I know that's like their sort of, that's their story that they're trying to build, but I get what you mean though. Like there is a lot of wrestling to watch every week.
Yeah. I struggle to keep up with everything, but at the same time, there's plenty of good people who would get lost if it were a single roster.
Yeah, like Jinder.
Hey now, poor Jinder. Let's not get down on Jinder.
Don't hinder the Jinder man.
Let's not hinder Jinder. He's making a comeback. This is all going to turn around. Drew's gonna come back. He's gonna win the. Drew's gonna win back his NXT title. Slater's gonna win the Royal Rumble and beat Lesnar at Mania. And then 3MB are going to be the new NWO.
And feud against Daniel Bryan. And Shane McMahon.
Obviously Shane McMahon. So, let's talk about Clash of Champions. Our first match that we're going to look at, going on thing I found. This may not be the order of the card. Baron Corbin versus Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler for the United States Championship. Ben, let's start with you. Who have you got and why?
So this is a weird one. Because going back to the previous point about not knowing what direction they're heading in or what plans they've got, it's really hard to predict where they want to go with this one. Is it a case that they're going to give Dolph a title run because he's not doing anything and to try and keep him happy and keep him around because his contract's obviously up soon? Or I can see Baron Corbin dropping the belt to Bobby Roode because it'll be Bobby Roode's first title, and then you can have Corbin and Roode feud him for a few months. Yeah, okay, I'll go for Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode, okay, a title change for that. Ross, who have you got and why?
I think I want Bobby Roode to win. I think I'd love Bobby Roode to win and take it to somewhere else, because I just feel that at the moment with Baron Corbin, it's just sort of a bit flat. This is probably because I really hate Baron Corbin. With
that's kind of the point, though.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. I don't think it's his character. I just think it's him in general. But anyway, I think that Baron Corbin is going to retain. I think they want to hold on to him a little bit longer as a heel, because he hasn't really done much like with it at the moment. So I think he's going to hold on to it for a bit longer, and then I think Dolph Ziggler's probably going to take a backseat or go somewhere else. I don't see him staying. Just because as much as he's saying, like in the back, he's like, oh yeah, I don't mind being a guy that elevates other people, but I just feel that he himself probably would. Not that I, know him personally, but
I think that's the whole thing. So yeah, I think he's more happy to do that, but he's not even been given that opportunity because he's in a triple threat match, so he's not even putting anyone over really.
He was saying when he was on Edge and Christian's show this week that he doesn't mind being the star maker, but the trouble is because they never let him win matches, he doesn't help anyone by Nakamura didn't seem any better for having beaten Dolph Ziggler. He actually seemed worse because he didn't crush him. And the same with Bobby Roode. The fact that they had a back and forth program actually had negative impact on them because Dolph never wins. It's like the Bray Wyatt problem. So it's not helpful.
I've been there too, man.
You're the star maker, vintage.
I am Dolph Ziggler. I am Britain's Dolph Ziggler.
I'm introducing you as that next time. I am.
Actually, he's a lot more attractive than I am. So
you can be some of that Mr. Perfect selling. I'm going with Baron Corbin as well. I'd like to see the part on Ziggler on Roode. I think it's too soon. This feud's only just got started. I think they want to get a bit of a run out of it. Maybe take it to the Rumble, although they'll probably both be in the Rumble, so they'll probably take it to a little bit after that.
My logic was they kind of have to get the belt off Corbin because Miz pretty much buried him.
Yes, he really did. Although he beat Miz, remember? I mean, yes, it was purely for mathematics, but he did beat the Miz. Don't
let me sway you. I'm happy to have this point.
No, I'm going it's sad, but Ziggler's only in this match to eat the pin.
Yeah.
I
was about to ask you. I was going to say, why do you think they put him in this match? Because it was like last week that they just added him in. To it.
Yeah. He did run in both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a surprising amount of actual, storytelling for them. Normally they just put it on Twitter. These days.
On the day.
Shane McMahon's Twitter feed is just canon now. Like that's another thing you have to watch every week, along with 9 hours or whatever of wrestling. You have to watch Shane McMahon's Twitter feed because there'll be other bits there that they somehow didn't manage to tell you in the hours of content that they've made you watch because they were busy doing KFC adverts. So yeah, I think Corbin pins Ziggler so that Roode still looks strong, and then they can carry the feud on for a little bit longer, and Roode will probably win it later. Yeah. All right, so 2 for Baron Corbin, 1 for Bobby Roode.
Are you writing it down as well?
No, I haven't got a pen and paper. I'll watch this back and write it down.
It just looked like you were right.
No, I'm looking on my phone.
Really did.
I've got things with battery gradually dying around me, and I keep trying to find the list of the stuff. So, next up.
Hang on. Before we move on, because we're in 2017, I've actually just typed it on a Word document while we were talking.
Okay,
nice.
that also works. Well, I've got the video up, so I can. You are our man in the chair. Right. Next up, the SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte versus Natalya. Let's start with Ross. Who have you got and why?
This is a lumberjack match, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It has, it's lumberjacks with all of the women's division.
Well, they all fit round ringside. They're so bloody many of them.
There are now, suddenly, yeah.
So, today I was thinking, would they do a Carmella cash-in? But then, when I remembered that it was a lumberjack, I was like, well, they're all around the ring, so it wouldn't be this, like, the smart time to use it, because anyone could just go in and just, like, knock her out. I think Charlotte's going to retain. I think they're just they're just going to keep it on her, because I think Natty's had time now. They've gone, here you go, you've had the title now. I think she'll sort of fade into because she's doing Total Divas now. and I don't think she's gonna. I think it's just gonna be Charlotte retaining.
Cool.
Right.
What do you reckon, Vintage?
So I had exactly the same thought process. Exactly the same. Apart from, I can see the cash-in actually happening.
You love a cash-in. You've predicted a cash-in every one of these. I think
and one of these times is going to be right, surely. Into the next Money in the Bank. But no, because I think that's the swerve. I mean, why have they got a lumberjack match? There's no it's not even built into the storyline. It's not like, has there been any count-out victories in this feud?
Well, Natty's constantly left. Like, they've done this thing where Natty's left like the ring every week, where she's like, when they've been up against the heel team or they've been up against the face team, and then she's just left her partner.
So they have built a story into it, hence why they've got the lumberjack.
Yeah.
So what I can see happening is that new girl stable turns up, and then the lumberjacks just chase them up. Yeah, them lot.
Yeah.
Then the lumberjacks just chase after them down the ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's when the cash-in happens. Because Carmella could be one of the lumberjacks, and then she just sees them all go, and then she's like, "Oh, I'll just cash in then, shall I?"
I can see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm saying Charlotte retains, and then cash in, and then there's your feud.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Ruby Riott put over Sonya Deville on NXT.
I don't know who these people are. Don't bother.
Really fucking definitive fashion. Like, she let herself get Lesnared pretty much.
Really?
Yeah. Well, they had the whole feud's been built around rope breaks to an extent, because Deville's a submission artist, but Ruby Riott keeps holding out long and not tapping out, and then managing to get to the ropes. So they finally had a no DQ match, and Deville just choked her out on the ropes, like triangle hold, while she was hanging half out the ring until she stopped moving, which is good because Deville needs it, because she's got no momentum really. No one knows who she is on the main roster, whereas Ruby Riott's at least the leader of a faction. Not that it matters, it's NXT and it's not really canon. So I think that's a really good shout with the cash-in. I think there's a really good chance of that. I reckon if there is a cash-in, the result of the match obviously means less. I'm going to swerve it. I'm going to say Natalya. Because I like her cat ears.
She's so over with those cat ears.
I know. I like that they have nothing whatsoever to do with her character, her gimmick. They don't fit at all. She just likes wearing cat ears. I think it's going to be same finish. I think it'll be Riot Squad interfere. Everything goes crazy. Lumberjacks get involved. Natalya takes advantage, gets the win, and is then attacked by Carmella to give Carmella some kind of pop.
So is that a cash-in prediction?
Yeah, all right. Cash-in prediction. I'll predict cash-in. Ross, cash-in or no cash-in?
No, cash-in.
Okay.
Because I just don't see, because they've got to do the thing where they go over to the ref. They do that thing where they go, and then it takes ages, and then they ring the bell. That's when they ring the bell. I'd be like, oh, wouldn't all the? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I like that no one. I like that the refs never seem to understand what's going on when someone has. Like, they have to give them.
It takes them like 10 minutes.
Yeah, they have to give them the case, and then they have to explain why they're giving them this case.
Yeah.
Like
in this instance, it might be the fastest one ever because of the lumberjacks.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, of course, we've had 7 years of this. I know exactly what this is.
See, I want them to do like I'd love her to like just like get in the ring, hit someone with the case, and then throw the case out of the ring to the referee. And like just do like a ranged cash in.
No, you can't throw that money in the bank briefcase at someone. That's what caused all this controversy in the first place.
Yeah, maybe she'll be about to cash in, and Ellsworth will return and just pile drive her and run off with the belt.
Dressed as a dog, obviously.
Yeah. That's the whole point. That's the whole thing of these rumors about the.
No. He's gonna come dressed as a cat, and then he's gonna form a stable with Natalia. That's the ear
thing. That's why they're bringing in these rumored women's tag team titles, is so that they can put them on James Ellsworth and Santina Marella. What a mess. Right. Okay. Let's move on to our next match. SmackDown Tag Team Championship title match. The Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin versus the New Day versus Rusev Day, which is what they're being listed as on some.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's actually their name. I love them so much. They're rapidly.
And they got a win. They got a win on TV, didn't they?
I know.
Yeah.
It's so good. They're just so good. They're heading the way of the New Day, where like they're just not going to be able to be heels for much longer. Rusev should have turned face a long time ago. People really want to cheer Rusev.
Yeah,
and he's just so funny. All right, I'll start this one. I think they're going to keep it on the Usos. I think Usos are going to pick up the win on it. Rusev, I still don't quite trust that they're being serious with the Rusev and Aiden English team. As much as I would love, I think they're just there to make up the numbers. New Day feels too soon to give them the belts back. Gable and Benjamin, I think, is the feud. But I think I think Usos will win the match, but not pin Gable and Benjamin. So it'll lead Gable and Benjamin like, well, you didn't beat us, and that keeps it running for a bit longer. It seems weird that they put all four teams in, because clearly Usos, Gable, Benjamin is the feud. But, yeah, I think still Usos. Vintage, what do you think?
Exactly the same as you.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. Everything you said, completely agree.
Fair enough. Short and sweet. Ross, what do you reckon?
I'm going to go total opposite.
Okay.
I think they're going to give it to Rusev and Aiden.
Yes! Oh, I hope so.
I have no, I think this will be the match of the evening, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so.
I reckon this will, because everything that the Usos are in with the New Day, like their matches have been so good this year.
Oh yeah,
like them together. I mean, yeah, like you're saying, like the Chad Gable and Benjamin is the feud, but no one when they come out and stuff, no one's really bothered.
Yeah,
no one's really bothered about it, which is a shame because, you know, I was expecting Shelton Benjamin's return to be really good, really cool, and really a massive pop for him, but he's sort of just been lumped with in a tag team. You're like, oh,
yeah,
you know. So I don't think they're going to put the belt on them. So I think what's going to happen is Rusev is going to get the pin on one of the Usos, I reckon. I think he's going to come in and go at the end and go, Rusev Day! Yeah. I think that's the last thing. I mean, I'm probably going to be 90% wrong. But,
yeah, but we're both going to be rooting for you to be right. Because everyone loves Rusev Day. All right. Let's jump to...
Quiz time?
Huh?
Quiz time?
Quiz time? Let's do a quiz. We've got 2 matches left. So, yeah, let's go for our quiz. Is it a head-to-head?
Yes.
Amazing. What is the theme of this week's quiz? Is there a theme?
Of course, it's Clash of Champions themed.
Excellent.
Nice.
Okay. So, let's hear your buzzers.
Oh, I was not prepared for this. Buzz.
Ross?
Woo!
Oh, nice. All right, okay.
Okay. So, the first one's a really difficult one.
Okay.
Screw you guys. Okay. So, who was the champion when the WWF title became the WWF title?
Oh. Buzz.
Go on, Ross.
Oh, Stone Cold?
Nope. No, way before his time.
Bruno Sammartino.
I thought so.
Not a bad guess. It was Bob Backlund.
Ah, of course.
Oh yeah, fucking Bob Backlund.
He held it.
Okay.
I don't know why I said Stone Cold.
Yeah, the pressure got to you, I think.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Right.
0-0.
So that's nil point apiece. Right. Question 2. Who was the champion when the WWF title became the WWE title?
Woo!
Ross?
John Cena.
Nope. I can hand it over.
Go Triple H.
Nope. Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Oh, for God's sake! That was like a week-long reign.
Yeah, I know it's hideous. The thing is, if you remember it, then you remember it being him. If you get what I mean.
Yeah,
if you remember the title changing, then you remember it in the had it. Right. The next one's a bit different.
Okay.
We're gonna take it in turns until one of you gets it wrong.
Okay.
Okay. So who wants to go first?
Go on, Dan. You can go first.
I'll go first.
Okay. So the top 6 wrestlers with the most WWE, WWF title reigns, the main event title reigns. So I'll start again. The top 6 wrestlers with the most title reigns all have at least 6 reigns.
Okay.
But who are they? So Dan, you'll guess first, and then we'll go to Ross and keep going until you don't get one that's on this top 6 list.
Big match, John Cena.
Yep, John is top of the list with 13.
I don't know. Ric Flair.
Ric Flair is not on the list.
Whoa! His are all NWA, and because they count all of his WCW reigns in his big title, his list. He's held the WWF title twice, I think.
Yes, he's not nowhere near the top. So Bret Hart had 5. So Bret Hart was the first outlier. But top 6 list in order: John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, and Stone Cold. Yeah. So you keep track of your scores for me. So Spoonie's 1, Ross is 0.
It's probably going to be that the entire time.
Okay, so this next question is the same format.
Okay.
So Ross, as the loser, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second. Again.
What?
Okay.
So then I can think.
Okay.
So this is Grand Slam champions now.
Oh, okay.
Of which there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a Grand Slam champion is someone who's held the WF/WE title, the WE or Raw Tag Team Championships, the Intercontinental Championship, and the United States Championship.
Okay.
So we're looking pretty New Aggression, PG era.
Yeah.
To give you a clue. So, Spoonie, who you got?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels is not on there.
What? He's definitely a Grand Slam. Oh no, US title.
Yes.
How did he never get a US title reign?
Because he's Shawn Michaels and didn't need it.
Oh my god.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
1 point apiece.
Oh, who are they then?
You're going to kick yourself. Kurt Angle.
Oh, yeah, Angle.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
Edge.
Of course, Edge.
Big Show.
Big Show? Of
Yes.
course, he has done. Yeah.
He's been in numerous tag teams.
Jericho. And Sheamus.
The Miz.
The Miz?
And The Miz, yep.
Nice.
Daniel Bryan, Jericho, Ambrose, and Reigns.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh, God, what a mess.
Okay, back to your buzzers.
Okay.
Okay, we're moving on to the Intercontinental Championship now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 2-part question. So you can have half a point for each.
Okay.
But when you buzz in, you have to give me both answers.
Okay.
Who are the youngest and oldest champions of the Intercontinental Championship?
The youngest and oldest to have ever held it.
Yeah, when they won it.
When they won it. Okay.
Woo!
Go ahead, Ross.
Zack Ryder. And Big Show.
So both of those answers are incorrect.
Okay. The 1, 2, 3 kid and Ric Flair. Did he have an Intercontinental title reign?
You can have half a point.
Oh, what did I get?
Ooh.
Which one?
For Ric Flair.
I thought he might have. Was it like during Evolution or something? They just put a belt on him.
Probably, yeah. 2005.
Okay.
Yeah, so it would have been around that time. 56. And youngest champion, any more guesses? Think of a really young face that they pushed really hard who's not Randy Orton.
Oh, that was...
Because my immediate thought was Randy Orton. Jeff Hardy.
Oh. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so the next one, again, is on your buzzers, but there's 4 answers, so I'll take any of the 4 to win the point. Currently, Spinny, you're 1.5, and Ross is 1 at the moment.
Okay, so are there 4 points up for grabs on this?
No, I just need one answer. Okay. There's 4 possible answers, so I just need one of them.
Okay.
And you're on your buzzers. Okay, moving on to the more prestigious Hardcore Championship.
Yes!
4 women have held the Hardcore Championship. Give me any one of them.
Buzz!
Woo, woo.
Mae Young.
Mae Young is not one of them.
Damn it! I just wanted
to
say
Mae Young.
That's not a bad guess, though. I like your thinking.
Woo! Lita.
No. You ready? Lita was a really good guess as well because the answers were Molly Holly and Trish Stratus.
Judy Bagwell. Wait,
no,
4.
Terry Reynolds.
Okay.
And one of the Godfather's hoes.
Oh, yes. Attitude Era.
Okay.
Terrible.
So coming back to Clash Champions.
Yeah.
And the main event, which we haven't spoken about, is obviously AJ Styles and Jinder Mahal.
Yep.
Which is probably unlikely to win Feud of the Year.
Well,
so your question is...
I mean, not in a year we've had Jinder versus Orton. Sorry, what's the question?
According to Pro Wrestling Insider,
yep.
Who had the Feud of the Year in 2016?
2016.
Oh.
Half a point for each.
Okay. Buzz.
Go on.
Styles Cena.
No, that came second.
Woo!
Go on.
Kevin Sammy.
No. Sasha Banks and Charlotte.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
It was a good feud.
Okay, I did have a tiebreaker question, so we can either announce Spoonie as the winner, or you could go double or quits.
Double or quits.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know what that means in this context, but let's do it.
So you could either get double the points, or Ross wins. I think is what it is.
Right. Okay.
You can have 500 points, Spoon, if you win.
Okay.
Or if you lose, Ross wins.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
okay. So, to the nearest pound,
wow.
What, according to Wikipedia, what is the minimum weight you have to be to classify as a heavyweight champion in pro wrestling?
Pound, yeah?
Yes.
Woo!
Go on.
Minimum?
Yeah, the minimum. To the nearest pound.
£270.
£206.
To be fair, you could have just gone 269. Because what you've got to remember is that the likes of AJ and Edge and those lot can all be heavyweight champion, and they're under 270. So do you want to refine your answer?
Don't give him hints.
He is losing, to be fair.
Fine.
185.
So the actual answer is 220.
I shouldn't have gone for 270.
500 points for Spoon.
Yes.
I'll get you one day.
Glorious. Right, let's do the last two matches. We're over 40 minutes already. This is already our longest show. But that's fine.
You expect to be 33% longer because we've got 33% more presenters.
You know, and we're getting and it's all good content. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura with Shane McMahon as the special referee. I think we're kidding ourselves that this isn't going to actually be the main event because it's got Shane in it, so it's got to go on last. But
the Shane event.
Wait, I've just read it on the thing as well, and it says their careers are on the line.
Yeah,
is that true?
Yeah, if Kevin and Sami lose, they will be fired not just from SmackDown, but from all of WWE. Like, Shane is somehow going to make it so that Stephanie, his arch enemy, would just agree to not hire them. I don't know how that works. But yes, if they lose, they will be fired completely forever. Even though Shane was just going to fire them just on his own the other week, he's now decided to put lots of stipulations in the way to stop him from doing something that he could do anyway.
Because wrestling.
Yeah.
Ben, who have you got and why?
I think I can see the faces going over because I can see them playing out this storyline. Because, I mean, why else are they doing it? I mean, it's got to be the fact they're going to be fired and then just going to keep turning up, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's what happens with every storyline where someone gets fired and they're not retiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just stick around. So you reckon Nakamura, Orton?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you reckon, Ross?
I agree. Yeah, I think Nakamura and Orton will win, and then they'll carry the feud on. They'll come and beat up Shane or someone, or they'll come and beat up like some people. They'll do some crowd invasion thing like for the next few weeks, and then because I don't know. Maybe they're planning to do something in Royal Rumble with him too.
I think the management just prefer having KO and Zayn doing promos and skits rather than wrestling.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Well, they got in trouble, didn't they? They got sent home on the tour, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't sure if it was kayfabe or not, though, were we?
Yeah.
There's some speculation that they might have been punished in ring by Orton because Orton killed both of them the last couple of weeks he's wrestled. He's just worked so stiff on them both, and there's some thinking of was he told to do that? But also, Owens and Zayn both take insane bumps all the time, so it could just be that. I'm going the other way. I think Owens and Zayn are going to pull it off. I think they're going to win it. I think the way it's going to go down is Shane is going to take a bump. Daniel Bryan is going to come down and take over as the referee in the match and end up having to count the fall of Owens and Zayn winning the match. And it will be done in a way that you can't quite tell if is he in cahoots with them or was he just trying to do the right thing and just be a down the middle referee, but it happened that once again he sided with them. You know, and it's building towards that Daniel Bryan Shane McMahon match that we all desperately want to see.
Yeah.
I was saying that to you the other day, wasn't I? When I saw a huge thread on Facebook about a possible Bryan return, and everyone was saying, "Oh yeah, I want to see him wrestle Shane McMahon," and I'm like, "Really? You want to bring him back out of retirement to wrestle Shane McMahon out of everyone in that locker room
to sell those tiny punches?"
No, I think that's a good shout, actually.
Yeah,
that's a good prediction.
Okay. I'm going to change mine. I'll have yours, Spoon.
Yeah, I'm also going to change mine.
Okay, we're all going KO and Zayn.
Damn
it's just because I couldn't think of a better outcome than yours, so, you know.
Yeah, I think ours is a bit too predictable, whereas it makes sense for their gimmick as well, because they're the sorts of guys that will come down to celebrate on SmackDown and say we've still got our jobs type thing.
Yeah.
I quite like the idea of Zayn being fired and then just turning up in the crowd every week, and like the old Teddy Long thing in NWA, where it's just like, I got my ticket, just waving their tickets around and sitting in the front row. Which, having tried to buy front row tickets for WWE, like, that is an expensive long-term ploy. If that's how they're going to get their jobs back.
What do you think they're going to do with Daniel Bryan? Like, because at the moment they're doing this thing where obviously he's disagreeing with Shane. So you reckon they're just doing that for next year? They're doing Shane versus Daniel.
He's going to be a surprise entrant in the Rumble.
Oh no,
that would be
insane.
Amazing.
I think it's unlikely.
Number 30.
I think, unless they've been really cagey about the medical side of things, I think
we never thought we would get Broken Matt Hardy, though, did we?
True. These things can turn around quickly, but I think we're looking at SummerSlam at the earliest, if there is ever going to be a Bryan appearance in WWE. I still think it's more likely that we'll see him in Ring of Honor or New Japan. I think
Bryan Omega.
Yeah, perhaps more excitingly, I think we have a better chance of seeing Bryan Omega or Bryan Okada.
That'd be amazing.
Which would be so good, assuming that Omega doesn't get snapped by WWE, which they want it. He's their AJ Styles at the moment. They are hunting him, but. Which brings us to our final match, the WWE Championship match, the match of the year candidate, the modern version of Hogan Andre, Bret Austin. It is AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal, possibly with the Singh brothers.
They've been fired, haven't they? They've been released, surely.
No, he beat them. He beat the living hell out of them on TV and walked away. But on house shows and live events, they've still been coming out and being his mates.
I thought he got released.
No.
Somewhere.
I haven't seen that because they were with.
I tagged you in it. I tagged you in it on Facebook.
No, I think they were planning to release them, but I don't think. I think there was talk that they might, but I don't think they have, because they were on the 1 day India tour, which talk about the one, the Indian tour that was the whole focus of this Jinder title run, that then became a single match, a single night, because they couldn't sell enough tickets. So it was one house show in New Delhi, Jinder in the main event against Triple H, and do you know what the outcome was?
Yep.
Jinder lost clean. Triple H beat Jinder and they were both booked as baby faces, but Triple H beat Jinder and at the end shook his hand and said, "Oh, this kid's all right," and left. Geez, the wheels have come off this so much. Ross, who have you got and why?
So I had two, but obviously I will pick one.
Okay.
I was thinking, on one hand, they could do a thing where Jinder's about to win, and then the Singh brothers come out and beat him up. But if you're saying that they already they're already in the live events being with him anyway, so it's then that's not that's not probably going to happen then. So I think it's probably just going to be AJ who wins clean. Does a styles clash? I mean, it's probably going to be a very, very boring. I got a feeling AJ is going to be try and like push it, but I just think they're just too different. He's a powerhouse, and he's a powerhouse, a brute, and AJ's a high flyer, sort of technical and everything. Really, I don't see Jinder taking it. I think that's it for him now. I think he's going to sort of do something else. He'll probably join Carmella dressing up as a dog or something.
Or ends on 205.
Yeah, or go to 205. Yeah,
he'll join.
So yeah, I think that.
Stable's called.
So the Enzaeans or something, I don't know. The Amorons probably.
I don't know.
So yeah,
AJ's going over.
Yeah, AJ retain it. Yeah.
What do you reckon, Ben?
Yeah, so for me, mate.
AJ going clean, or?
Yeah, it kind of has to if Triple H is.
Yeah, not a double turn. AJ's going to lock
Dusty
him.
finish with 2 refs.
AJ's going to lock him in the calf crusher. Jinder's just going to pass out from the pain. And
he's going to play it as well, is he?
Yeah, he's going to.
Yeah.
I almost feel sorry for Jinder because, in fairness, he's done everything he's been asked to do. Like,
yeah,
he's not been. The booking on this has been terrible. They haven't built him up. They haven't they haven't made people believe in him. But on the other side, it's not like he's a rookie. He's been around for a while, and he just hasn't put on good matches in the main event, and he hasn't drawn. So I guess it's fair. I still believe, though, I'm gonna pick Jinder Mahal.
Because you want to lose.
Jinder Mahal is gonna win clean. The Singhs are gonna come running down, and he's gonna go, no, not like this. And then Styles is gonna go for the Styles Clash, and he's just gonna catch him in the Kalas, or just sort of do some horribly botched kind of Kalas, and then just pin him with 1 foot. On him, and then Lesnar's going to do a run in, and he's just going to take out Lesnar, and he'll be like, "See, I could have done it."
Just to clarify,
I mean that's not all part of the prediction, but Jinder Mahal's going to win the match.
So all this money that WWE have lost, like over the last 6 months, having the belt on him, and you think they're going to put it back on him?
Yes. They haven't lost.
With no Indian tour coming up.
Well, the crazy thing is they haven't lost any money. Because booking doesn't matter, because of the way the revenues are now, making bad booking calls doesn't impact on the bottom line. So they can keep doing
it affects TV ratings, surely.
A bit, but they make the same money off TV regardless. The way the contracts are structured.
They've got the deal, haven't they, already? So
yeah, so their revenues are huge at the moment, and it doesn't really matter if they're any good or not.
I better change my prediction then.
So
I'm only joking. No, there's no way Jinder's going over. No way. This is the end. This is the blow off match now, isn't it?
This is Jinder's going to win it, and it's just because they want that. They want the thing about the Royal Rumble. That's going to be the swerve. Is Reigns is going to win the Royal Rumble to set up the match with Lesnar, and then the next night he's going to go, I'm going to challenge Jinder Mahal, and that will be the main event of Mania. And then Jinder's going to win that as well.
No, I'm hoping this is going to be the blow-off match. They release Jinder, and then we get Jinder Omega at WrestleMania 2019.
That's what we want.
6-star match.
They've done really weird stuff with Jinder's character though. Like it's just like his writers who have done his promos. Like they did that. For 2 weeks running, they did that weird Shinsuke like promo where they like just had his face, and him and the Singh brothers like just kept laughing at his face, and it was just really awful writing. And I feel sorry for, like Dan said, I feel sorry for the guy because he's been given this awful like promo. Hey, you're going to go out there and insult this guy for the way he looks. Oh, cool.
Yeah. Well, Rusev's probably sitting backstage popcorn saying, "Oh, that's not me anymore."
His promos were very good. He's got great facial expressions. His promos were good in the early days, and then they gave him some awful. Yeah, the Nakamura stuff was just indefensibly bad. I really liked his Beastmaster promos, and I don't know if that was just him pissing about because he knew that he wasn't going to be in it, and so he was just coming up with something funny to say. But Beastmaster was really funny. I think ironically his place when this is over, if he does lose this, which he's not going to, he's going to end up as like the comedy villain, which is sort of the role Rusev has, which may well end up with him being in a team with Rusev, which is exactly what he was doing before all of this started in the first place.
And then he's just got to wait till Drew McIntyre comes, and then Heath Slater, and then they just, then they join.
No, Agent English.
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm calling it. They're replacing Heath Slater with Agent English.
No, well, maybe. Hornswoggle's going to come and take the Hornswoggle's going to take the cruiserweight title.
He's going to be the valet.
Are we going to?
That was the best thing about 3MB, was that by the end of it there were 4 people in it.
So there's not going to be any 205. There's no cruiserweight is part of Raw, isn't it?
Cruiserweight's Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there'll be no cruiserweight matches.
Even though it's filmed after SmackDown.
Don't know why that happens.
But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so those are our predictions. We've clocked in at just under an hour, which is impressive. So we will have a look and see how we did, and then meet back up to talk about. We might be able to do like a year in review, if we get time, before the end of the year. Otherwise,
I can't remember what happened this year though. I think they had the last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And if we can once we've got some proper kit and got things set up, we'll look at seeing about trying to do like this more regularly, maybe, or come up with a different kind of hook.
Or we could do like our awards, our 2017 Vintage Spoon Awards.
Oh, I like the sound of that. That could be That could be pretty fun. Cool. All right then. From me, from Ross, from Vintage Ben Shelley. We will see you next time. Bye.